have we missed that song? I've missed that song. What a little thrill. Hey, did you know that creating content on YouTube actually has the power or the potential to change your life for the better? And today I'm chatting with a YouTuber who has definitely had that experience. So we're chatting with Jennifer, who you might not necessarily know from this channel, because this isn't the one that she goes on about and on about in all of the the YouTube chats. But it's an amazing channel. Oh, hello, you're there, Jennifer. You're there down the bottom. Hi. Well, that's good. I don't know. I think StreamYard's glitching out a little bit. There's Jennifer. We can't hear her, but we can see her, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So the Project Help Desk is actually the first channel that Jennifer started, and it's one that she runs with her husband. She's going to tell us a bit about that in this chat. And the other channel that you might have heard of is the Creator Classroom. And if you're a YouTuber and you haven't heard of this channel yet, you should, because Canva is an amazing resource for YouTubers. And Jennifer has a lot of incredibly helpful videos that are specifically for YouTubers about how to use Canva, which is super awesome. Thank you everyone so much for being here. This is the first live stream that I've done on this channel in ages because I am heavily pregnant. So I've been a little bit busy working on something else, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Jennifer has become a wonderful friend of mine through the YouTube journey, and very generously offered to have this conversation with me, which we recorded about a month and a half ago, I think, maybe even 2 months ago. So you know, the way this live stream today is going to work is we are here live, as you can probably tell, but we also have a recording that we're going to play. And then we're going to have a little bit of a chat and answer any questions that anyone has. And then we'll go into another little chunk of the recording. And then we'll chat. And then there's recording. And then we'll chat. So just so everyone has a little bit of a heads up. But for now, we're going to jump in. We're going to be in the chat, chatting with you all, checking for questions and comments and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, there you go. That's I'll just have to work out to make sure. I've never done this before. So here we go. Here we go. Recording. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. A little return show. How exciting. Thank you so much. This was your idea to talk about how creating content has impacted your life physically, emotionally, and financially. Financially is something that a lot of people get pretty excited about learning about. I know I certainly do. It's so interesting and wonderful that YouTube can have that kind of power to really impact your life in all those 3 ways. It's awesome. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
The first one is a really interesting one. How creating content has impacted your life physically.
That's an interesting concept, right? Like creating content can change you physically. Like how does that happen? Like for me, I have battled like different chronic illnesses since 1995. That's quite a long time to be physically sick. You know, I've got Lyme disease. I've got a bunch of other different tick-borne infections. I've got problems that are the cause of that. So like I get low iron at times. I just have a lot of physical problems, right?
Ticks are the worst, hey?
They're pretty bad. And so I was undiagnosed for 12 years. So that's why I have the chronic problems that I have. Here's a tip. If you get bit by a tick, go to the doctor.
That's a very, very good tip.
Did you say that's a very good tick?
I almost said that's a very good tick. We've got like in Australia, like the most, I believe the most amount of like venomous snakes and spiders and stuff like that. But rarely do you hear about that having such an impact on people's lives. And ticks are like, we don't have Lyme's disease in Australia. And we do have, like, there are some ticks around, but they don't have the same level of impact as they do in the US and in Europe. And yeah, it's they're like this silent little nasty rat, but people would probably be more frightened of seeing a snake in the wild, or
Those
a spider, or
those actually terrify me more.
yeah, which is so
Um,
interesting because they have much less of any, like, pretty rough if you do get bit, but like it's so much less common. Like, yeah, it's
but,
interesting.
like, if one of the doctors I saw in 1995 had said, "Hey, have you been bitten by a tick recently?" I would have said yes, but none of them asked.
It's interesting how really simple things can go undetected by doctors and medical professionals at times, like appendicitis. Like,
All right.
there's all sorts of things that it's good to, yeah, if only the internet had existed in the way that it does now when that happened, you might have
Yeah.
Dr. Googled it. That
Well,
sucks.
I was in college then. I went through college. I went through my working career being sick, and then I got to a point where I just could not physically work at
Mm,
all. And it
yeah.
was I could work, but I was a preschool teacher, and unless you can be on it
Mm,
100% for 4-year-olds, that's just
yeah.
like you just can't do that and will have a pick line and be treated
Mm,
with heavy doses of medication, and like that's very, very difficult. So I made the very, very difficult decision to stop doing what I love and stay at home because that
mm,
was healthier for me. And I physically, it got to the point where I just was laying around the house all the time doing nothing. Well, when
mm.
you lay around the house doing nothing because you feel bad, guess what? You're not gonna get better.
Just to the time that I've been out while I've been pregnant, which is a very different thing, challenging in different ways, but it's like it also massively impacts, like, mental health.
That's it, right? And so when I started the channel with my husband, not the Creator Classroom, when I started the Project Help Desk with my husband, I didn't want to do it because I didn't feel good enough to be on camera to present any version of myself. And I was also extremely shy. I did not want to be, I'm still extremely shy. I didn't want to be on camera, but my husband kind of pushed me into it. And then I started editing. And the more I edited videos and the more I sat here in this chair, actually physically doing stuff, the better I sort of felt physically. And I'm like, this is great. Not only physically, but like my brain was starting to fire in ways that it hadn't fired in years because I was using parts of my brain that I had not used. And then I noticed I started feeling better, like emotionally. I was starting to connect with people. And
Yeah.
when you have to physically isolate yourself from people because people make you sick when you're around them, that's going to take a toll on your mental health.
Mm.
Because I started the Creator Classroom and I started communicating even through private message with other creators, I started feeling better, like emotionally, because I was helping people, which
Yeah.
what I did when I was a preschool teacher.
Yeah. It's like, it's kind of what you studied to do and to be, and what you're obviously so passionate about is like teaching and helping people, and you found a way to do it. It's
Yeah.
like, it's awesome. It's so good how powerful content creation can be. Because, I
I
think people think of like TikTok stars, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but like they think of like the kind of materialistic side of content creation and all this stuff, but it's like saving people's lives. It's amazing in so many ways.
When I worked in preschool, I had this, like, I would do these Lyme disease advocacy events, and I had a friend of mine, Anna. She painted me this painting that's actually right above my monitor, and basically, she takes like words. She printed off a whole bunch of words, painted over them so that you could still see the words. When she made this for me, I told her, I'm like, I just really want this piece to speak to me and like speak to other people and go like, you are not alone. Well, the biggest words that are up there are you are not alone. And then right underneath that, I can see you are stronger than you think. Lyme will not win. It will be okay. There's hope, strength. We are strong. Like there's all these words. And so like I can sit up there and I can look at it. Like if I'm having a moment and I look at that image and I'm like, okay, I got this. I can be on camera. It's fine. Because I'm not alone.
The community aspect of YouTube, and I have had like this break for a while because I've been trying to grow a baby and now growing a baby. Throughout that time where I wasn't creating content, and it can be challenging when you go from doing it all of the time, consistently doing it, to not doing it at all. And I would have messages from you guys checking in and just seeing how I'm doing. And even in those times, it's just so special to have that. And it's
And
all
then
of
there's
this stuff
me like,
about,
hey, you want to get on camera? We can pre-record it.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good to have people in your corner. And I think that's something that when you start truly connecting with other content creators, that's what happens. It's like all of a sudden you've got someone saying, hey, I haven't seen a video from you in a month. What's going on there? Do you need to get on together and do something? Like, it's so lovely of you.
I just know that it's tough. Like for me, I
Oh, oh, I didn't realize that was going to end right there, but it has. That was a clip. That was our first clip. Can I just say how beautiful and heartwarming it's been to sit and watch this conversation and edit it very, very slowly. I took a very long time to edit it, which is why it's a couple months later. But yeah, like seeing this again is just so beautiful, and getting to share it with you all. And I love seeing those comments come through from you all about how much of an absolute bloody legend Jennifer is. Let's get her in here. Hello. I'll unmute you now. You're allowed to speak. Oh, it wasn't letting me for a second.
I unmuted myself and then you muted me back.
Oopsie. This is so nice. And yeah, so lovely to have. We've got Sharon here, Snazzy Vegan Life. Hey, if any of you are seeing these channel names, like, go and check them out. Sharon has an amazing YouTube channel. You also have a wonderful YouTube channel, Elle, who says, because I have a chronic illness myself, I always say creating as challenging because I get really tired. I need to change my perspective. That's very interesting. Like, I mean, it's a case by case thing though, right? Like you don't need to do anything. You can.
And I do have a recommendation on that. One thing that's really helped me is I batch create everything. And when I'm having a great day, I film as much as I can because I never know when I'm going to have an experience where I cannot physically get to the computer. And
And we're going to go into that in the third part, which is Jennifer. I've been watching it, but Jennifer hasn't. So I was actually going to ask you, what's the experience like watching this conversation back after a couple of months?
I forgot I said some of those things.
Those are deeply profound things.
I was like, "Oh." And I
Yeah.
thought I was thinking this morning that, uh, I'm wondering if I'm gonna get any gems from past Jennifer, you know? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I reckon we're all gonna get some gems from past Jennifer.
someone had a question. Did you
Yes. Yes, I did. Ah, yes, here we go. Louis, question to ask. What would you change about YouTube? That's an interesting question.
It is. What I would change is I wish that there was and I wish there was a little tick mark.
Ooh, don't go talking about ticks now.
I wish that there was a little tick mark, that you could turn on sort of like sick mode or a vacation mode or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
so that you could just click it and it wouldn't punish
Penalize you?
you, so to speak, for being away for a little bit or not publishing as frequently or something like that. That's what
Yeah.
you could change. Now, I don't think it should be able to be clicked on all the time, but I think that it would be very beneficial if, like, once a year you could click this little button and be like, okay, she's on vacation, but let's keep feeding her stuff out, that sort of thing. Yeah. Like Seth
Yeah.
Life says, out of office for your YouTube channel.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It is a really good idea. I was really curious today how this was gonna go because I haven't been doing this for a while. And I mean, I don't know. I would be curious to know from people who are watching because there's more people here than I was kind of expecting after being completely inactive after a while or for a while. Um how like, did you was this in your subscriptions feed? Did you get a notification on YouTube, or did you see this somewhere else? Like, we have a group on Facebook, the Grow on YouTube community. So if you're not part of that, there's a link in the description of this video, or just go and look it up, or ask me if you forget. And yeah, so like I think maybe some people saw it in there, but I'd love to know. Because yeah, how lovely that you're all here after such a while. Jennifer.
Come up with the second thing. It's sort of in the same vein of the out of office kind of alert. I think it would also be helpful for, commenters. Like if you are like, say, okay, I've got to be away for a little bit of time so that they know, okay, she's not just ignoring me. She literally is away from YouTube right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it just
Yeah.
I think it would take the pressure off of feeling like I was like when I was out for 3 weeks from being so sick. Oh, I'm not abandoning them. They know that I'm here. I'm just sick right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess there is the community tab, but like, does everyone like not all of your subscribers are going to see your community tab? So it's a tricky thing, like an auto comment or something, an out of office auto comment. Yeah. Sharon says, I think that would be a good mental health feature. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, beautiful. So we've got a couple more segments coming through for you, but yeah, gosh, thanks everyone so much for being here. This is just so wholesome and beautiful. I love it. And yeah, I think this is where we actually talk about you creating content. Let's see. Let's see. Like bulk creating content. Um, so yeah, we'll jump into that, hey? See you all soon.
I batch create content.
Mm,
And I have to batch create content because I know that there are weeks or 2 or sometimes 3, even 4, where I feel so bad that I physically can't get up to do this, right? Like I can't
mm.
sit here in the chair upright, focus on I've got the lights that are heavy. I've got the camera that I'm trying to look at. Like, my brain won't let me do all the things. And so if I batch create, like I have filmed through for March. All
For
of it
people
was
watching this after
done.
the fact, it's January, so that's what, like, so you're 2 months ahead.
Yeah, I did myself a favor for half of them because I took a live stream and I cut it into 4 parts, right? So I cut it into 4 parts that made sense to stand alone. And then I edited them in a way so that they look completely different, even though the concept's the same. It's the same
Mm.
stuff, but I edited it in a way that maybe someone that wasn't wanting to watch an hour of a live stream is willing to watch a 5 or 10-minute segment of that live stream.
I think of the idea of batch producing and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's so much," but you do a lot of it using your live streams.
Yeah, half of it because I can take, for example, if I do a live stream in February and I sit down and I think about that live stream and I go, okay, what are 2 or 3 new features that I would like to share? And I can sit down and plan those 2 or 3 new features and sort of plan out how I would like to share them. And I plan them out in a way that I can take that content later and edit it in an individual video. But
Mm.
then I can, in between those new feature segments, I can interact with the community. And
Yeah.
by doing that, I can find out like additional questions that they have about the
Yeah.
feature. And so then maybe if I left something out, I can go ahead and address that right then. And then
Mm.
I've got that footage too.
That's so good. And for I'm sure there's probably some people watching who have not ever done or considered doing a live stream before. What platform do you use? Just kidding.
I I'm not sure what platform I use. I think that it could be, I don't know, StreamYard?
StreamYard, yeah. So good. It's such a good platform. It's actually what we're recording this video through today, and it will be live streamed through when you're watching it. So you do your live streams and then you cut stuff together or cut stuff out of your live streams.
Yeah,
Your intros and outros and all that sort of stuff. Do you film it separately through StreamYard?
yes, I do. Every single bit
So
of my
good.
Canva tutorials are done through StreamYard.
I'm super similar. I do absolutely everything through StreamYard. Pretty much. Like the stuff I do with Nina on the other channel, the Mixaras, where we've been documenting our IVF journey. I film pretty much all of that so far has been filmed on my phone because I wanted to like have the experience of creating a channel like almost exclusively using
Yeah.
my phone's camera. I got all of this stuff for this channel, which is awesome. And I love having stuff. This is my camera. I haven't filmed in so long that I haven't charged my my batteries on my camera. So we're not actually using my proper camera right now. This is the computer's camera and it's not fabulous. But yeah, I wanted to have that experience of doing everything with my phone. And we nearly did 1,000 subscribers on that channel, which is really awesome for less than a year. Thanks. But yeah, for this, everything that I do is through StreamYard. It's so easy to use.
I don't know if you know this because you've not done a lot of stuff lately, but recently they've added the ability to be able to film in vertical format.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I wasn't expecting this chat to be a StreamYard promo, but there it is. We bloody
It's
love
just
StreamYard.
cool.
There is a link in the description if you want to use it on your channel. It's heaps good. Hello, Puddles. It's so good. If anyone has any questions about StreamYard or live streaming or whatever, let us know because we both do a fair bit of it. Puddles, puddles, puddles. Jennifer had forgotten that she'd showed off puddles during the recording, and was just saying to me in our private chat that we have on here. Oh, I gotta get puddles up. Puddles is the StreamYard duck, and they do some giveaways and things. And
Just get this.
Jennifer,
Ducks swimming don't swim in puddles, but They do swim in streams.
Oh yeah, they do. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. We got people saying yeah, yeah in the chat. Just kidding. That's you, Jennifer.
No, yeah, yeah.
And Sharon says, give this live stream a thumbs up. 14 of us watching. Need 14. How many is it at? I see that there's 16 watching from here where I'm at. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. I'm saying we've got 11. We've got 11 thumbs up. Yeah, we can top that for sure. And what's the point of a thumbs up on a YouTube video?
Oh, and do you know that if you say, like this video, I think that it will animate
Oh,
now.
will it? Let's see. Like this video. Did that animate?
I think
don't know. Maybe not for us, but maybe for the people watching on YouTube.
It's happened in one of my videos, at least, because someone asked me how I did that and could I create a tutorial? And I'm like, you literally just say it in the video.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's so exciting. I would love. Did that work? Like this video. Like this video.
I think it
I don't
only
know.
once.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think it also does it if you say the other word, the S word.
I'm thinking of S words that I think you don't mean.
What?
Oh, subscribe. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you should subscribe to this channel. I've got lots of interviews with really, really wonderful, amazing content creators that I've been so lucky to do over the years, and be doing some more of those in the future if my puppy and my human baby will allow it. We got some guesses. Snickers is Snickers. The S word.
What S word could she be talking about other than spandex?
Or I can't because I'm thinking of curse words, and that's really naughty, isn't it? All right, so Kathleen says easy to use. That is music to my ears. Yeah, I know it might look like I'm some incredible producer here flipping things around on the screen, but it's this platform.
You can move us around too.
I can do all sorts of things.
Yep.
Look at that. Look
So
at that. There's so many possibilities. I can do that. I can do this. Personally find that one a little bit confronting. I can do this. I can.
like mine where I've got it that way so you can still see the background, but it's more square. Like
Oh yes, you can do custom layouts, right?
Yes.
I have not played around with custom layouts because I am lazy. But you can do that.
Not lazy, pregnant.
Oh, okay, yeah. I am pregnant, not lazy. I should have put that clip of the baby that I put in there. I should have made that a little bit longer. That was too short, wasn't it?
Snazzy. Yeah, it was a little short. Snazzy put a comment about one of her videos.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So speaking of Snickers, which someone said was the S word, which I do agree. I do slip them into the shopping trolley. What do you call that? The shopping cart. Every now and then, a little bit of a Snickers. Love a Snickers. Stazzy Vegan Life actually has a video about vegan Snickers that look amazing that I still haven't made because I'm not lazy, but pregnant. But yeah, let's make those. I think we should all make those. A big cook-off. Yes, so let us know in the chat, like, who has used StreamYard before? I know we have Tech Troublemaker in here who uses a different live streaming platform, which is also seems totally awesome. What's the name of the platform that you use, Roy? Yeah, it's great. How long have you been using StreamYard for, Jennifer?
I don't know. For a while.
Yeah.
Let me keep talking. I'm gonna put myself on mute and I'll tell you.
That's cool. And I'm going to answer this question that Kathleen has about StreamYard. Yes, you do have to check StreamYard out, and there's a link in my description so you can check it out there. And I think there's like a discount for the first month. And there's a free version which is amazing, and you can do so much even with the free version. It just has stuff like you have to be willing to have this in the corner, powered by StreamYard, which is pretty cute. There's Puddles the duck. But yeah, I use it for I truly use it for everything. So if I'm going to do a pre-recorded video, which I do have some of those on my channel as well. If I'm going to do a pre-recorded video, I will shoot it in StreamYard. And I'm going to tell you, like, one of the main reasons I do that is because I don't know how to make my microphone work not through StreamYard. I don't know I don't know how. Like, I'm sure there's a way, but because StreamYard just made it so easy, I was like, why would I be bothered learning about that? So yeah. Oh, where's it? Back in.
Okay, so my first live was on August 8th, 2022, but I started using it probably about 2 months before that because I was trying different programs to see which one I liked the most. And by far, it was the easiest for me to understand and use StreamYard. And
Yeah.
for the lives, I use it for recording all of my videos. So every single video you see on the Creator Classroom, I use StreamYard to record myself,
Mm,
and I use StreamYard to record the screen. You
yeah.
can also now record vertically on it as
Yeah.
well and edit YouTube Shorts, but it's
So good.
really difficult for me to do that because I've got a 16:9 screen that I'm screen recording. That does not fit nicely in a 9:16 format.
Mm. Yeah, there's just like so many things that it can do. Like how you might recall at the beginning of this seminar, I had this in Jennifer's. So just like to use as an example, if you wanted to record a screen, this is recording this screen right now. So like I'm just on the internet and it's recording, but I could show like an Excel spreadsheet or like a PDF. Like you can put PDFs in here and scroll through them. It's
Video clips.
video clips, like the clips that we're about to play another one of in a second.
And
And
yeah, with the video clips, there is a small disadvantage
oh
with
yes.
sizing.
Yeah, you might have noticed that our video quality looks a little bit better while we're live here. If you upload a clip into StreamYard, you have to reduce the quality like significantly, which is a little bit of a bummer. But like the recording of this, if I were to put that onto YouTube, it would look this good. So it's like, yeah, it's awesome. It's so good. We'll quit banging on about that now, but if anyone has any questions about it, let us know and we might jump into some StreamYard questions at the end if we have time for that. Marianne says September 19, 2022 was her very first live. Was scary as, yeah, that's probably the hardest thing about live streaming is it can be very scary. But 96 live streams later, loving it. That is bloody amazing. That's so good. All right, that's so good. Snazzy Vegan Life. This is the most fun I've had all month. You know what?
Well,
Me too.
Sharon's had a busy month.
Pardon?
Sharon's had a busy month, so I don't.
Sharon's had a snazzy month, I hope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we did a poll. I don't know if you voted in the poll on the YouTube chat, but it is, I think, sitting at like, well, I asked you what you're most interested in learning about, and by far, the number one vote was for financially, how creating content has changed Jennifer's life financially. So we're going to jump into a little clip about that now. Yes. I don't know. All right. You've been creating content for how long?
The first video on the other channel was in January 2019. So it's been 5 years.
And how long did it take you to make your first, let's say, $100?
Took a while because of the first two things we talked about was physical and mental, right? I didn't start off thinking, oh, this is going to be a quick buck. I'm going to be able to make money. No, this was just, well, I got pulled into it kicking and screaming. Even when I started the Canva channel, which was 2 years later, I still was not thinking money. I was not thinking affiliate marketing. I was beginning to think ads for the other channel. I was beginning to think, oh, well, can we get there for being a YouTube partner? I really had not wrapped my mind around the different revenue source streams. At that point, I really was like, I'm not in this for the money. The money is not important. I went to Think Media's 1K challenge in January 2022. I don't know what day of the challenge it was, but it was the one where they were talking about different streams of revenue. I think they talked about maybe 7 different ones. And Sean said something. He said the phrase, money for the mission. Even if you're not in it for the money, you need money for the mission. If you can earn money, you can buy a better camera. If you earn money, you can buy a new computer when you need one. If you earn money, I mean, like it wasn't phrased like that, but that's how I took it in. It was in that moment, I'm like, wait a minute. I think I'm starting to get it. Like something somewhere in the back of my head was, I might can make money off this just to help me pay for Canva Pro. Help me pay for, at the time I wasn't using StreamYard, but now it helps me pay for StreamYard. It could help me buy a new keyboard when mine dies. It could help me buy a new mouse. It could help me buy, right?
A nice backdrop, or a nice new lens.
Lights.
Yeah.
Right? So I joined Video Ranking Academy, which Claire has the link in the description box below. So, join that. There was a day in which Claire and I were very, very fortunate, I believe, that Heather Torres pulled us up on screen and talked to both of us. Do you remember that day?
I do remember the day.
I told her, I said, if I could just find a way to make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And I think I even did a little bit of money. And she stopped me and she said, Jennifer, you can make a whole lot of money. Don't sell yourself short. You're good at what you do. And something about that empowered me, right? Because right around that time, I had been approved for Amazon affiliate marketing for the other channel. Neither channel were in the YouTube partner program. And so I'd earned my first 88 cents in the summer of 2022.
It's a solid start.
88 cents. And then, that started growing. And then I got into the partner program with the Canva channel first. I don't know what I made that first year. Might have been maybe $1,500 the first year I was monetized. And last year we made $4,000. And this year we've already made $1,000.
That is incredible.
And it's January 28th.
So it's just so good, because I think that's the much more common trajectory than what people maybe expect. I'm not saying that's what you expected when you started, but I think a lot of people think, wow, there's so many ways to make money and it's going to be really fast. But it's much more likely. So it's sounds like it took you about 3 years to make your first 88 cents and you've just had a $1,000 month.
I was very strategic in it because I didn't want to do all the things at one time. Right. So I was like, okay, let me get my Amazon Associates account, like the affiliate link part. And then I was monetized through YouTube Partner Program for the Canva channel. And then I was monetized on the other channel through the same through YouTube Partner Program. And then I signed up for Amazon Influencer Program. But before all that, I signed up for Canva Affiliate Program. I applied to be one of their Canvassators. I had a Canva expert tell me that I was a shoe-in, but I still was surprised when I got the "You've been approved to be a Canvassator." And then on my birthday, I got the Canvassator swag.
How good is that? When's your birthday?
Yesterday.
Get out. You should have told me. I would have sent you a present. We do need people in the chat and in the comments to say happy birthday to Jennifer for yesterday.
Even though it will be late. Because, I mean, let's be fully transparent here. This is pre-recorded.
It's making your birthday go for longer, and I am all about that. Birthdays, I think, it should be a season, kind of like how Christmas is a season. You know, it goes for a lot longer than just the one day.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
I lost my train of thought because of all that. But, like financially, we've had this discussion about my long road to monetization and things. Well, do you know how bad it feels to know you need things? Like, I need a new keyboard, and be like, can I afford a new keyboard right now? And you have to go, honey, do you think we can find it in the budget this month for me to get a new keyboard? A $20 keyboard. Like, that feels pretty rotten. And so knowing that financially, I went from that to, hold up, I got to tell you the date. On January 13th, we were talking and we decided that maybe the new lens would be a good upgrade right now for the next step. We were laying in bed and I'm like, it was a Sigma 16 millimeter lens, right? Yeah. I'm like, the one that's this price? Yeah. I'm like, the one that can be here tomorrow? Yeah. And I'm like, and which credit card do we want to put this on? I'm like, we would want to put it on the one that ends in, and I give him the ending numbers. And he goes, yeah, that would be the one. And I went, oops, because I knew that money was sitting in that account. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well done. Well bloody done. It's like, it's such an amazing journey you've been on, and it's so cool for me to have seen how your journey has changed, and the fact that you were not getting on camera when I first met you. You were the first person that I said, hey, do you want to come on my channel? And you were like, no, I don't.
I said, no, I don't. But I believe I just was not comfortable. And I think I said maybe later.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, pop her in my little back pocket for later. And it's awesome. We've had some wonderful chats over the years. I love it. I love it so much.
And like the thing that we did not touch on, like we touched on, physical, emotional, and financial. The thing is socially, the person I am today is so different than the person I was 3 years ago, even 2 years ago, even last year. This would not have been in my comfort zone at all to, like I thought this was tomorrow. So I was like, okay, I've got 36 hours to like gear up to this. And then about an hour before, you're like, my wife's going to take the dog for a walk. She should be really, and I'm like, wait. Was this today?
That's baby brain for you. That is baby brain.
And then in 20 minutes, I went from not ready at all to, okay, I'm good.
So good. Which is also like speaks to the power of practice, like getting your stuff set up, getting everything ready to go and all that sort of stuff. Like in the beginning, it took me ages to be like, okay, cool, we're ready to go. But now it's like, I mean, my thing's more about embracing imperfection. Yours is about you were actually ready. I forgot that was the ending of that section as well.
It just cuts right off, doesn't it?
It's great. It's real snappy, the editing on those clips. That's
Nancy
good.
Reagan Life says heated throat, Sigma lens. If you know, you know.
There's some very interesting discussion going on in the chat during that section. I think making money from YouTube is something that's just so it's just so empowering to learn about. And yeah, we've got like there's this whole thing about getting to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get your channel monetized. But they're like neither of my channels are monetized. And since we recorded these clips, the Mixaras has gotten over 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Thanks everyone so much. Bloody beautiful. But like neither of my channels are monetized from YouTube because we don't have the watch hours yet. And I have made like thousands of dollars from this channel here, like through affiliate marketing, not through the partner program, not through any. And I haven't got any sponsorships or anything. But someone has said that's a really good. Adam said that sponsorships are a great thing to do. I know, like, let us know in the chat. Have you got any sponsors? I know we've got Marianne here has had some sponsorships now, which is awesome. But yeah, what's been your main source of income from YouTube, Jennifer? Has it been the YouTube partner program?
I would
Which
say
focuses the ads that YouTube runs on your videos?
I would say that it's Amazon. I mean, well, so I've got 2 channels. So really,
Yeah.
it's probably split between Amazon and YouTube Partner Program because I do have 2 channels. So then I get paid for both of them. In addition to that, I do make a small amount from Canva. And this will be the first year that my annual subscription fee will be paid from my Canva affiliate link, which
Yeah.
longer, like that's not for just anybody. Like nobody can sign up for that. You've got to like I'm a Canvassador, a
You
specific
gotta
specific
be a bloody legend.
of can yeah, I have to be a bloody legend. I have to be a specific type of Canvassador to have an affiliate link, and then the Canva experts have an affiliate link. And you know, they can change their terms of service anytime they want. So that could be something that goes away. Hope not, because it's nice just having that little extra. And then things like you know, there's 2 different Amazon ways to make money that on Amazon. There's probably more. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that Amazon affiliate links were one type of revenue source and Amazon influencers was a different type of like they come
Mm.
even in like the bank account as 2 different payments.
Yeah, right. That's interesting.
Um,
Yeah, it can be hard as well for people to get over the threshold to make money on as an Amazon influencer. No, as an Amazon affiliate, but as an influencer, it's different.
So this month so far, my Amazon associate and my Amazon influencers, like it's right on the same amount of money for both.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I don't know
That's
how,
awesome.
usually one is way ahead than the other. And
Mm.
it changes. Some months the
Yeah.
influencer one, which is where I have my storefront. So like I've got different ideas, deal lists there. So I've got one for creators, like products that I use and love and would buy again, like my mic. I have my screen on there, but they no longer sell that. My stream deck, my um the light behind me I've got on there. I've just got anything. I can't even think of all the things that I've got on there, but anything that I use, I put on my list And then I also get paid for on-site videos in which I will upload specific videos to Amazon. And if someone watches that video and then they purchase that item or even any item, I think, and that's the last video they watched, I get a portion of it. And so some months are really great for certain things. Like coming up, we'll probably do more of like ice cream makers or anything, gardening or outdoor.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be within my niche, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And I think like, there's some channels that really lend themselves to specific types of monetization. Like, your channel, the Project Help Desk, it's like all about helping people with totally random stuff around the house. And it's amazing. Like some of your videos get like a squillion views. And it's like these are people that are looking to solve a problem, and your videos solve their problem for them. And there's an Amazon link. So that channel like really lends itself well to that. And yeah, and then there's other like for me, one of the biggest things has been uh Video Ranking Academy. So like I we have there's a review of it, a quite an honest review on my channel, and every time someone signs up, I get paid, which is outstanding. Like it's a
quite a
really good deal.
I don't I've not signed up for it because I have issues with my PayPal account. I need to put that on my list of things to fix so that I
Mm,
can sign up for it. I mean, I don't talk about it a whole lot, um,
mm,
but it is a part of a community that I'm in that I love.
yeah.
And the fact that this morning, and this is why I love it, and one of the things that being on YouTube has helped me with, this morning, one of my financial things this year is I want to set up a YouTube membership. And my goal at the end of the year was I wanted to have it set up by the end of April. Taking 3 weeks off took off 3 weeks of brainstorming. So today I was like, I'm going to sit down and brainstorm for the memberships. But I know a couple people that have memberships, but I I wanted to talk to someone that had memberships that I had not really talked to much before. And so I sent one of the VRA members who happens to also be a moderator in VRA. I sent her a message that said, "Hey, you got any time to chat today about YouTube memberships? I'd like to pick your brain." So in 20 minutes, I went from not being dressed at all to being on camera with her, and we talked through some things. And by the end of it, I've brainstormed it. I want my membership like in memberships, they've got different
Mm.
tiers with different names that you can have. Still not set on what I want those perks to be or anything, but I've decided that I want, can you answer the phone? We're live, people.
I can't hear anything. I can't You've got a great microphone, so I can't hear anything else that's happening at your house.
Okay. I just didn't want it to be like call from and then whatever.
Oh, yeah.
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 So I lost my train of
Memberships.
thought.
Community, I feel like that's like, it's something, and like our Facebook group as well is like people are coming together and sharing their experiences, and that's like the vast majority of people who have come and shared on my channel have been through that. But I think like my brother's here, who's just such a beautiful, beautiful legend. It's nearly his birthday. We should do a happy birthday for Dylan as well. But Dylan says he got monetized and then not earned anything. Got monetized a year ago and only just reached the threshold for the first payout of €70, which is like I think so many people's experience, and people are so focused and hung up on this idea of the like getting monetized through the YouTube partner program, and it's a great goal. Like it's €70, that's good. That's a nice pair of shoes or something. I don't know. But
They're
like
the
Dylan
worst.
makes money through YouTube, just not through YouTube.
Yeah.
Dylan has courses that he sells, and he has a Patreon membership that he makes money through, and like all sorts of other stuff. My brother's an incredible artist. If anyone's into like drawing and stuff, go and hang out there. It's good.
YouTube face. Is he gonna draw a picture of the baby live on his show?
Look, he better.
Should do that. I mean,
Babies' faces are too perfect, though. I think that was a thing. Um, but yeah, happy birthday, Dylan. Happy birthday, Dylan. Yes. And I also just really quickly wanted to address something that Adam was saying. Adam said earlier, way up in the chat somewhere, about how um, Amazon, um, friends. I had friends tell me they buy from Amazon several times a week, but never use my links. I try to remember to use my friends' links when I buy anything from Amazon. And you might be very interested to know that Amazon's so across things. If your friends are buying from your Amazon links,
they're
they know, and it's against their terms of service. So it's actually
mhm.
not necessarily, even though we feel like we're doing an awesome thing buying off of friends through friends' links, if they can connect you somehow. I don't know how they do it, but I mean, it's Jeff Bezos, right? He's a spy.
It's, uh, it's one thing. So let's say that I create a video and I create a video about this awesome mouse, which by the way, I have created that video and it's on the Creator Classroom. And I put an affiliate link in the description of that video. And one of my friends watches that video because they're really interested in that mouse. And then they use that link. It's probably not going to be set off any flags. However, if one of my friends used an affiliate link every time they made a purchase, that's really going to set off red flags. If someone would,
Yeah.
like,
It's very interesting, isn't it? Because I was like, man, maybe someone could just buy some pens for $1 to help me get approved, but it didn't work.
you can't DM affiliate links either.
Mm,
Has to be public. So when
yeah.
someone says, "Can you send me a link?" If I send them a link, I send them a link to the storefront
Ah. Or
and
to
not
a YouTube video or something, that would work as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's so interesting, but it's like initially I was like, "Pff, they're not gonna know. How are they gonna be able to work that out? Like maybe if I live with them or if I've got the same surname or something." But yeah,
I
anyway, I just wanted to say that because I know some people who have been like disqualified and then had to go through like the whole application process again. Um, but yeah, I guess like the whole the whole point of the chat is golly gosh, how amazingly powerful YouTube has been to have that kind of impact on your life where you're able to go from being like feeling like crap all the time and not being able to do anything, not being able to go to work, to being able to work, connecting with a community, teaching, teaching people.
love.
And what a lovely, lovely silver lining, the thing that you weren't even focused on and that you didn't even care about in the beginning, you're making money from it now. And so you're able to get your awesome lens and you're able to get your everything that is there in front of us. It's amazing. It's so good. I'm so stoked for you.
The other thing I've learned through this is good customer service from a company. You can forgive a lot of flaws if they've got really great customer service. And so, like, when I was choosing what platform, StreamYard, to use, I was going through a lot of things and I was having trouble. StreamYard, when I was using the free plan, they help me out every single time. Like every
Mm.
single they don't care whether you're a free user, whether you're a paid user. They're there to help. And so I
Yeah.
just like I love that. So for me,
Mm.
I try to use products on my channel that have companies that stand behind them. So Canva, StreamYard, and like I'm testing free version of Tube Spanner because that's something I want to try. But
Ah.
I'm giving it a test first, the free
Yeah.
version, and that way if I have any problems, I'll know.
Yeah. And it's great like that these days, like so many of these platforms that content creators use do have free versions. So you can give it a go and you can see what it's like without actually parting with money, particularly if you're in the category of someone whose channel isn't making any money yet. Like it's so good to have these options of the free version. And yeah, they do. StreamYard has such good customer service, as Adam's saying here. Like I'm just looking on my screen right now, my StreamYard studio, and at the bottom of the page, it says having issues. And if you click on that, you ask them for help, like they respond so fast. Like we could be having an issue during this live stream, and I could say, "Excuse me, I'm having an issue in my current live stream that's happening." And they get back to you. Like it's really, really good. And yeah, it's
And it
not meant.
holds open in the cloud. So if for some reason Claire's Wi-Fi went down,
Or if my computer died because I hadn't charged it, like last one of the live streams I did with Nina, the computer died, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," and logged in from a different computer, and the stream was still happening, and, like, Nina was keeping the show going from the other room. That was when she had COVID. Anyway, yeah, it's a great service, it's a great platform, but we are at the 1 hour mark, and I'm pregnant and tired. And
we're like 14 and a half hours apart.
we are. It's bedtime for you, and it's time for me to have my first nap of the morning.
Not quite, but I start like really declining physically and like my brain power starts declining about 5:30. So I'm like,
Oh, yeah, mine's out the window at 2. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you everyone so much for tuning in after such a very long time of us all being apart. It's been so heartwarming for me, so bloody lovely. And to everyone who's new here, thank you for tuning in and being part of this. And I'm gonna hope to have some more interviews happening soon. If I don't go into labor, that will happen. So yeah, thank you, Jennifer. You're a legend. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful life. Really, hope you
thank
have
you.
a wonderful life.